Next up, we have Frank Brooks who is Global Demand Generation Manager at Dotdigital. And Frank is going to be talking about sky-high expectations and strained budgets, how marketers are rising to the challenge in 2020 to change that customer experience. And over to Frank.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for that introduction. So just to dive straight in, I'm going to start with a quick, but no doubt very brief pep talk. You guys have an accelerated willingness to experiment with new strategies. You have a renewed empathy for customers and their requirements, and you are bursting with creative ways to turn into challenges and opportunities for growth. Now, I told you that would be quick and brief. So a quick reality check is that your budgets have probably been cut. Your team and overall resource has probably been reduced. Still, the expectation of you and your team is sky high. So how are marketers rising to this challenge, and what have we seen from Dotdigital? They are turning back to automation, and I'll come on to why in a second. So in recent years, marketing automation investment has shown no signs of slowing, and this year has been no different. If anything, the realization that marketing plays a pivotal role in sales generation as well as customer retention has produced a renewed interest in marketing automation technology. I've just finished The Handmaid's Tale, so just a picture of June Osborne. And surprisingly, we saw a shrinkage of automation use in March this year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of brands paused their campaigns and had to reconsider their messaging. But we saw a huge bounce back to June, near 19% month on month, and 28% when compared to June 2019. So all looking good so far. The average Dotdigital account now has a record 7 live automation programs in place to manage their data, which is great. Where's the evidence? So we can see here the blue line is this year. We've seen carrying on in January and February, that slump in March with the pandemic hitting and people pausing their campaigns. But marketers know automation programs are key for engagement. So we saw that rocket up into June. So that's great. So you want to know how can some tips, the tried and tested ones, to help you improve customer experience and achieve automating amazingness. I'm going to highlight some key tips trialed and tested by Dotdigital customers. So with a product-based nurture program, whether you're looking to entice new business or retain current customers, send in regular and timely emails that trumpet your product's unique selling point is crucial to your digital marketing strategy. Whether keeping ads text-free to avoid any loss of information and keeping copy concise, when your ad is seen, where do you want that person to be? What mood do you want them to be in and what place? You can use all the data that you hold to personalize your product story via segmentation. So, for example, a customer who works for an environmental charity would respond to information about your product's own positive earth impact. From a nurture point of view, sometimes when we assume what content your customer wants, you can end up losing them early. So if you group your content into themes and get your new subscriber to say, pick a pain point, they can kick off their own journey. Building a nurture program doesn't need to be a drain on your already smaller resources. You can use existing content to better target your customers at the appropriate stages of their journey. For example, repurposing blogs into handy infographics or creating fact sheets from user-generated content on your website. Nurture programs can take time to strategize, so make sure you get the best ROI by employing effective measures and know how you're going to report on them in advance. And finally, retention. Your retention program should begin with a thorough onboarding series, automate timely emails that educate your customer on how best to interact with your product now that it's theirs. Existing customers deserve the exclusive treatment, so make sure you share with them highly valuable content regularly. And keep in track of your engagement rates. If a customer isn't opening the emails in your retention program, it's time to take preemptive action. So sometimes these things you probably already know. I know that I'm busy running around like a headless chicken, figuratively at the moment. Sometimes you forget the simple basics. So just take the time to review your current automations and make those small improvements. Is your MarTech up to scratch? This is a huge thing, and luckily the Dotdigital platform is very good at being able to facilitate that. But really do a good full health check on what you want to do and if your tech can live up to that, because 98% of our customers, almost all of them, agree that marketing automation is critical for success. Thank you. That's very short, very sweet, and very sharp, but that was me.
Frank, thank you so much for a brilliant presentation. So I'm really interested to know, what do you think is going to happen next year in marketing? What are the trends that either really scare you or really inspire you in marketing?
That's a very good question, and I think if I sort of had a crystal ball, it would make my job a lot easier. I mean, I think that it's now about, we've seen the shift towards online and digital media. We've seen increase in virtual events. I think it's going to be about how we can cut through the noise in terms of being able to engage with customers in a new way, whether that's new event formats, new ways of reaching people through existing targeting. I think that the targeting element of stuff is really going to be all to play for, and we're going to really have to rely on our data to understand our prospective customer base.
Frank, thank you so much for your presentation. Enjoy the rest of MadFest.